facing this direction. They're on their back. The cloak, a shroud, a blanket, a body bag underneath them. They are armed, but not in an extraordinary amount. All they have is a blade. A short one. The rest of this individual's belongings are still there. Badger, you can see it. Not looted, swiped, stolen. Although maybe tampered with, but who knows. It wouldn't be the first time you've heard of people using bodies as traps. But you're so far from home, surely. Surely it wouldn't happen here, right?
Yeah, I would like to examine the body before I do anything, just to make sure nothing's funny with it.
Roll me your perception.
As he's doing that, I think all Jin is doing, because you're gonna mess with the body, is just trying to keep this dog calm. Like, it's fine, he's with me. He's fine.
The dog does yip once at Badger's tampering of the body, but with a pat and a hush, a comforting quiet lays upon the dog. Badger, with a 6 in perception, it does not seem like the body is trapped.
I would like to begin to pat down the body, not like straight up loot it. I want to gauge the dog's reaction while I'm doing it.
Roll me your charisma.
I gotta riz up a dog, okay.
Can I give him advantage?
You may.
Take that advantage. Oh god.
Okay.
And it looks like you certainly needed it. It does not protest as you do so.
Alright, good. I'm gonna see if I wanna like look through the pockets, see if there's anything kind of related to the dog. Maybe even like a light snack for the dog. Anything like that.
You begin to go through the belongings of this individual, and you find the following. Let's...
Of course he has a leash. That's a gold?
Gold.
Oh my... Well, I mean, like, considering the area.
I will...
Was a leash for the dog?
I will take everything but the rope, but I will set the rope aside for someone else to grab.
With 35 gold in your pocket, Badger, you feel definitively richer. More than probably the entire group put together.
And then I'm gonna go around the body to the dog. And I'm gonna hold out the leash so it can snip it.
It backs up from you initially, into Jin's leg.
It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Roll me animal handling.
Oh no.
You can give your advantage if you so wish.
He would, and probably the way he would do it is try to, like, allow it to escape, like, give it escape room if it needs to, but be comforting, like, patting it down. Trying to make sure it doesn't feel more trapped by being against him.
I don't want to get attacked by a dog.
Or a future compatriot.
I go for that advantage.
Indeed.
Why am I rolling trash today?
You're rolling trash once, but rolling good at least once. That's what matters.
Yeah. With your assurance, Jin, the dog does eventually step away from pressing its tail against you and towards the leash that it is very familiar with. It sniffs at it a few times before backing away in tolerance, acceptance. It then resumes barking, that more recent tone. You all hear in your head that voice once more. He's asking for a miracle. He wants his master back. You all, well, not all of you, those of you over here on the left side not interacting with the body can see very visibly Mina scowl at the voice in her head. What do you all do?
Try to figure out how to break to the dog that his friend is dead.
A rough topic, to be sure.
I can't bring it back. I'm sorry.
The dog does not seem to understand your words as it continues to bark. That familiar recent tone.
Turning to the Shambler, Caradoc says, I have 3 questions. My first question is, did you kill this man?
No.
My second question, do you intend us harm?
Do you want me to? She tilts her head as she asks that, the mushrooms that adorn her neck shifting like a breeze hitting them as she turns.
No.
Then no.
Step back.
My third question is, what are you?
She blinks her singular eye at the question. I don't know. She'd be an abomination, is what she'd be, bruv. The dead are meant to die in glory, not come back from it.
Not like this.
Well, regardless, I would rather not pick a fight here, surrounded by all of them.
She lifts her arms slowly, almost like a princess calling out to a bird in fairy tale and folklore, or in the many, well, depending on where you're from, in some of the assorted illustrations of nature and its, how to say, connection to humanity. She holds up her arm slowly and says to you all, fear not. This place is a sanctuary of my own design. thou's design. So you made this. All of this. This gun. She nods. I made it, and it made me. Roma, you can see out of the corner of your eye, Mina scowl further. And she whispers, not so quietly, "What does that even mean?"
You can see Wilbur just sort of shrug in response, like, ow. Response to that.
The mushrooms and the person that was there, they work together. They create something else. Something different.
This place might be safe for you, but not for us, right?
There are spores everywhere, so no.
Correct. I felt you all when you first entered. Don't worry. I didn't want to intrude on your persons. So, they won't affect you. For better or worse. Better? Mia is just in astoundment at what could possibly be good from spores entering into you.
Did you see that guy hop that fence earlier? That was fucking cool.
Dope.
Terrifying. What are you guys talking about? Jesus.
Guy?
Yeah, just some guy. Yeah.
Wait, you said that the spores won't affect us here?
She nods.
Why?
Yes, why?
For they are me.
Wait. So the plague afflicting the city, is that you?
She tilts her head. Plague?
Outside of this sanctuary?
Don't be playing dumb. Surely you can still see with that one eye, huh? You can see all the death out there.
As Mina says that, can I insight check her to see if she is playing dumb?
Roll inside.
Can I join on that?
You may.
Am I getting a D4 from you, bud?
Oh, of course.
Thank you. 16.
Hawk and Caradoc grab arms like Predator style. We've had our differences, but in this we are seekers of truth together. Caradoc at a 12. It does not seem that she is lying. Hawk at a 16. It does not seem like she is lying, but it definitely feels like it's just something she hasn't chosen to examine yet. A truth in ignorance, so to speak.
So, I think at that, he takes just the smallest step forward, like a minor show of like engagement, I guess.
You take a small step, and Mina takes a larger step. Bruv, don't.
There you go. That much.
Jin, you can hear, or rather, Jin, Denver, and Badger, you can all hear Mina's boots splatter the blood puddle.
Does the dog do anything?
The dog is still barking to these two.
Oh,
Just ask
oh,
for
it's been
help.
barking this whole time?
Yes. Its loyalty undying.
While they're doing that, am I able to examine the body and try and see how recently you might have died?
Certainly. Raw medicine.
My sheet. Medicine. Nice.
Would Caradoc grant guidance?
Yes.
Very well. This body died very recently.
Am I able to see how?
You can feel the warmth on it in certain spots, the more insulated spots. It was killed very, very efficiently. A blade driven down at the base of the neck, down through the collarbone into their heart. With a 28, it was not a struggle.
It was a slaughter.
A struggle would imply that the person was aware to fight back. But they certainly had enough moments to reach out for something, towards something.
Is the body positioned in such a way that it looks like it's reaching still?
Yeah, he was reaching that way, wasn't he?
Correct.
Right. Looking over there is just the way we came, right? Anything else?
Not that you're seeing currently. Only overgrowths.
I think, glancing back at the Shamblers, we're so lovingly calling her, the moment.
Yep.
Some of us more loathsome than others. Denver will ask, did you do this?
No.
Do you know what did this?
Let me think on the timeline for that.
I'm narrowing my eyes at her, all like, I don't believe you.
No. She says forlornly.
It hasn't been that long since you died.
So it has not been long that she has been herself.
I don't think it's hard to see that Denver doesn't really believe her.
You don't know what's happening out there. What's happening
She
to people?
She shakes her head.
We thought you were one of them. Till you started talking in our heads. They're calling them Shamblers. People infected by the spores. It's a sickness.
Shamblers? Sickness?
Gives a small shrug.
The living get infected, they die, and then they get back up.
Just like you. Mina is inching closer and closer.
Usually they ain't so talkative, though.
No.
Certainly not in this way, and Denver, like, motion at her head.
Why are you so cognizant? Where?
She stares at you for several moments before answering. I don't know.
What's the last... Go on.
I don't know anything.
What's the last thing you remember before... this? Gesturing towards her.
What does she remember? She stares at you, and then you begin to realize, as a person of your background, that she's not staring at you, but rather past, through you. She is in this way for a little while, trying to conjure memories. And when she finally speaks again, it is an unfortunate disappointment. I don't remember anything.
Wait, Hawk, does that voice sound at all familiar to you?
I assume it does. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks at you at the corner of his eye, Caradoc, and says, I thought it was just me. You recognize it too?
When we first returned,
See him give you a small nod. Look back towards her. You woke us up. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you were in trouble.
But you don't know us.
Do I have to? She says as she tilts her head.
It helps. How much do you know of what's happening here? Seems like you don't know nothing about the plague.
She tilts her head the other way. Plague?
Yes, the plague, the sickness. These mushrooms. The spores.
the spores you claim domain over.
She begins to slowly look around, beholding her so-called domain.
You're hurting people out there.
I'm not.
I do not sense any lies in her words, so if what she's saying is true,
And she's a different
stands to
kind of
reason that
spore.
there are others like her, a different source. Terrifying thought.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, Caradoc, as Mina whispers to you and Hawk. Or this be a new type, one that can lie and trick.
Yes, but if she is indeed the one who woke us up, I think that earns us a little bit of, maybe not trust, but
Tolerance.
yes.
Mina scowls. Caradoc, roll me a persuasion check.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Take advantage from Eva helping you.
And your own D4. Oh my god, you didn't need the advantage.
Very good.
She looks between you, Caradoc, and Eva, still scowling. You two be trusting her word?
I see no lie in them.
She has not seemed to be capable of lying as far as we've been able to tell, but well, we're not, Mina. We'll be keeping vigilant eye out. Fine. But she make one misstep, and she won't have to worry about her new life. Got it? Understood.
If she does, I will get out of your way.
She smirks at that. Good. She looks at the Shambler, and you both can see, or anyone watching the exchange can see, that glow in her eye return.
Like fishing goggles sound.
Yeah.
It lasts for a scant amount of time. A mere 6 seconds. Before it fades, and she takes a step aside for you to do your work. Until the inevitable moment where she will be called to do hers. What do you all do?
She's been talking in our heads this whole time, correct?
Correct.
So we've been talking out loud.
Correct.
I think Cock in his head will say, can you hear me if I do this? No response.
Correct.
Then he makes an out loud hum of, She doesn't have a mouth anymore. It's been sort of overgrown by the mushrooms.
What might pass as lips are barely still there, but as you say, overgrown.
Do
She
you,
certainly doesn't have a tongue anymore. You can visibly tell that.
you don't remember anything of who you were before? Why you're here? What happened to you?
She shakes her head. No.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Do you feel any sense of purpose?
She thinks for a moment. An interesting thing to watch. Confirming that she can indeed think that far out. Can those of you paying keen attention to her roll an insight?
Could Jin roll at, like, disadvantage?
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like his attention is a little split, but if I had to pick a focus, it would probably be this dog. So
Then your DC is also higher.
Wait, you're too far away, so I don't get this. Yeah, it'll probably fail, but I'm not too chuffed about that. That's a good one.
Things considered.
Let's second that, though.
Just save that for later, it's fine.
Paradoc. You ask her, do you have a purpose? What are you going to do? And she has an answer in her head. She replies, no.
When we needed help, when we needed to wake up, you made the effort to wake us up. And you said it was because we needed it. This place, the place beyond your sanctuary, needs help. Are you able to take a moment and observe the sickness we've been speaking of and see if you can understand it?
Roll me a persuasion check. Hawk can give you advantage by helping if he so wishes.
Teamwork.
Then, yeah, I absolutely do. He takes another small step forward. At this point, his dagger's probably been like put away. And his hands are sort of splayed out. Plaintively.
You said that while we're here, we can't get infected. The spores won't affect us. You could do that again, right?
She tilts her head, unsure of your question. Do what again?
Make another sanctuary.
I don't know.
Do you want to find out?
Double 16s. Funny.
Yeah.
You will
I mean,
have a 12 plus.
That's pretty much like a nat 20, right? In terms of... It's
In
even
terms
less
of rarity, I think it's probably more rare, actually.
Yeah, to be a 1 in
Horrible.
400 chance to get two of the same number exactly as opposed to 1 in 20. Surely. Surely.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we agree that now.
Surely. Let's see.
Don't call me Shirley.
I was just thinking that.
Oh. We don't have anything to reroll hundreds. Shit.
Enjoy the 16.
Damn.
She looks at you both, offering her a place beyond to take new root, asking her to see the truth of this plague. She takes a step back. I don't know. You all hear in your head. And I have time to think about it.
I think the safety we've been provided is a fair exchange here, do you not? I say to the rest of the group.
Mina scowls, non-verbally giving you her vote.
I thought, I feel I probably know the answer to this. But, if there's a little bit of a lull in conversation, he would agree with what you're putting forward. Jen has an idea for something. But yes, ask her.
I do turn towards Mina and say,
We gotta wait for fires anyway, don't we? Might as well do it here where it's safe.
You could hear her grit her teeth at the truth of the statement.
Yeah, be mad.
Fine, but we get jumped later. That's on you. I don't be believing in ghosts, but I'll be coming back as one to haunt you.
We get jumped later, we'll beat anything that jumps us, right? Didn't work out last time. And you were asleep through most of it.
You want to say that again, bruv?
Nope.
That's what I thought. Well, inter-combat conflict aside, I think there is wisdom in the decision. We should wait for Vyaz. And perhaps we might be able to get a better gauge of the nearby area. Plan our next steps. Well, we did, after all. She thinks and decides not to say it aloud so that the Shambler can hear. We did, indeed, rush deeper into the Plague District with a bit of abandon. And besides, fate offer a chance for this pup.
Poo-poo.
Speaking of, June. And Denver's like staring at you. That thing you do where you can talk to him. Can you make it so I can do that?
I can only do it very rarely. Once a day, roughly. And unfortunately, I cannot give it to another. He says, checking the spell to see
Shit.
if that's actually how that works.
Not at all.
Not at all?
I looked up ranges self,
Oh,
but
shit.
Denver doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
We've got to tell it that he's not coming back.
He looks up to the Shambler that we don't have a name for. We could see if she could communicate with it.
See, Denver's not really pleased with that as an idea.
I will
I
try
think,
one
oh,
thing.
go ahead.
I will try to talk to it, simply. He leans down to a little bit to the dog. It's like, how does it break this to this poor good boy? I am sorry to say, little boy, but they are not coming back. We
It
could
barks
try
at
to-
you.
I know. It is a cruel fate to lose someone. But it is one you must move from. If you stay here, you will simply join them, but in an unfortunate manner. It just gives him a little pat on the side. You do not have to be alone. He gestures his head towards Badger. This one seems awfully keen of you, funnily enough.
It does not understand you.
It's like a little
Dog
bit of a
wants to go
shrug.
protect.
It continues barking.
Oh.
If anything, it begins to bark more vigorously.
I could just cast Animal Friendship on it, but I don't feel that's fair.
Jin.
Yeah.
Your ability to commune with the dog and other creatures, is it sourced in magic?
Kind of just like a little tilt of the head of just like... at its base, I think so.
You've never been told it is a spell.
Yeah. It would make sense, but I... Shrugs. I simply can just do it sometimes.
Mayhaps it be a blessing of thy Newman.
That's the closest guess I've ever had. Maybe some nature spirit visited me when I was young. Who knows?
Interesting.
Did you have an idea?
Perhaps. I don't know if it would work or not. Eva, when you communicate with Giselle, do you utilize magic of your own?
Nay, I merely share a deep bond with Giselle. We do not speak as you and I are, It is a deeper understanding.
I see.
Giselle did tell me of